Hello there, it's Backseat from the Edit here. This playlist is for my QA playthrough of Security Breach to see how many of the game's most infamous bugs have been patched in the 3 years since release, as well as discovering plenty more that I never even knew were in the game. So if you're a glitch hound like me, these streams are quite the feast. I hope you enjoy. It's good to be back. My home turf. What is the challenge? So, today, we are going to be returning to Security Breach. Believe it or not, it has been nearly 3 years since Security Breach came out. We are approaching the 3rd anniversary of Security Breach. Now, 3 years is a lot of patches. When Security Breach launched, it was extremely buggy. It had quite a lot of infamy for being buggy. But 3 years is a very long time, and that is a lot of patches. So I decided, why not return to Security Breach one last time? Just to see, did they ever actually fix it? In 3 years worth of patches, did they fix the game? I have collected a list of 50 glitches. 50 glitches. 50 glitches that I encountered on my playthroughs of Security Breach. And we are going to go through the game and test every last one to see if any of them are fixed, and if they are, how many are fixed. This is going to be like my Indigo Park video. We're going to have all the glitches and we're going to tick them off and see what Security Breach scores at the end of the video. Will 60% of glitches be fixed? Will 50% of glitches be fixed? Will 0% of glitches be fixed? We're gonna have to find out. Why me? Cheered 100 bits to say, ooh, breaking Security Breach, are we? No. We're not going to be breaking Security Breach because they fixed it. Right? It's all fixed. They've had 3 years. So no breakage today. No way, Jose. Okay. Well, I will reveal to you the glitches we're looking for as we progress through the game. For now, let's just play Security Breach. Oh god, there's no new game option? Okay, I have too many saves. I have too many saves. There we go, now there's a new game option. Let's delete a few more. Just for fun. Apparently 50 saves wasn't enough for me. Some of these saves, look at this one's from 2022. Is there any from 2021? Is there any of my original playthroughs still on here? No, it looks like most of my original playthrough has perished. But there are some 2022 saves on here. Alright, let's start a new game and play Security Breach. For old time's sake, I won't skip the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only...
Freddy Fazbear! Yeah! Unironically, an absolute banger. There's a reason why I use it to introduce all of my challenge runs regardless of the series now. Because it is a bot. Also, I think there was an animator on Twitter who I saw once saying that they animated some of the shots in this. It's very well animated. And it was very funny that in the Nintendo Switch port, so much of the game was crunchy and crispy, except for this intro, which they still exported in like 1080p. They knew where the priorities lied. Well, it's the last Security Breach challenge, not so much stream. Yeah, we're not going for crunchy, crispy Freddy today. Today is only the cleanest, HDest Freddy's. An interesting thing is, some of my biggest security breach videos, the security breach switch video and the necklace challenge, were both played on really bad hardware. Really inferior hardware. So it'll be good to see security breach looking its best again. There has to be more ideas out there. There are almost certainly more security breach ideas out there. But I'm not going to do them. Someone else can.
Showtime already.
We need new challenge runners. New people with new ideas. I think I've done my
Will you
bit.
shut up?
Who said that?
I did. And down here.
Down where?
It could be you, chat. I'm pointing through the screen.
You were sleeping.
It
so
could
I
be
opened
you
the
at
stomach
home,
hatch and climbed
who
inside.
could be the next security breach
That place
content
is reserved
creator.
For oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. It is not a safe play area.
Let's exit Freddo.
There you are. Scanning complete. How odd. Your guest profile is unknown to me. Who
Oh, it's going
are
to take a
you?
little while to get used to the controls again.
I-
Whoa!
I'm Gregory.
Look at these reflections.
I will notify the main office. Huh. Connection error. I cannot connect to the main network.
It's her. She cut you off.
Actually being able to
She's not
see
going to
Gregory
let you call
first
for
thing in
help
the
until she
game?
finds
I'm pretty
me.
sure they must have patched this.
Who is looking
I don't
for
think
you?
this was the case
Your mother?
when the game came
I
out.
hear footsteps.
Yeah, hello, Freddy, hello. Okay. 1 minute, I've got a hype chest on Twitch. What did I get? I got a plaster, like a balloon dog? Cool. Thanks. The mirror is mirroring. They did it. They finally did it. What about the little mirror? Well, my flashlight... Wait, no, Freddy's flashlight is kind of overexposing, so I cannot possibly see. Yeah, hi, Freddy. Hi, Freddy. You missed me? I think you missed me, chat. Well, it's good to be back. So, in the very first room of the game, Freddy's Green Room, we already encounter the very first thing I need to test. This is from the Necklace Challenge run. The very first objective of the game is to look out the window. However, we discovered that you do not need to look out the window. Touching the window, regardless of where you're looking, still completes this objective. And I am really curious to find out if touching the window will still complete the objective. Did they fix this? Did they make it so you actually have to touch the window? Let me line up. Let's find out. Does Gregory have eyes in the back of his head still, or did they fix it?
That is the security guard.
Okay.
She can help.
No, I don't trust her.
Already one miss,
No,
sadly.
she is, but she's trying to get me. Isn't there some other way for you to communicate
Now,
with
the
me
glitches
besides
do
talking so
range from
loudly?
things like this, which are just little tiny
It is
bits
a
of
novelty
lack
Freddy
of
fast
polish.
watch.
All the way up to completely game-breaking, going up to completely game-breaking glitches. But I figured I would start us off small. Start us off chill, with a little thing, just to see if we need to look out the window on. Now, we could take this present, but we're actually now going to reset to the main menu. Because we've got something else we need to test out first. Now, there was a very weird thing in a lot of patches of Security Breach, where if you turned the voice volume down to 0, then the game would just skip half the dialogue for you. It would seem that if the game didn't hear someone speaking, they would just skip to the next part of the game. It was a very, very weird glitch, and it was used by speedrunners and stuff a lot. It was quite useful. And I want to see, is that still in the game? That is our next test. So let's find out. They really should keep it. It's a very good glitch. We'll find out. This time we're skipping. Does turning the voice volume down to 0 still skip dialogue? I feel like they would have fixed this. This feels like one they would have patched out. By the way, I have done no prior research other than really quickly before starting this stream asking one question in the speedrunning Discord. So I do not know what is patched and what is not patched. Oh my god! It's not skipping! It's just playing the cutscene but without voice volume. Like a reasonable video game would. So, they actually fixed this one. 1 out of 2 has been fixed. Congratulations, video game. Let me go over to my document and tick the box. They have fixed the 0 voice volume dialogue skip. 1 out of 2. Master Volume 4. Master Volume 4? Master Volume 4. Wait, you mean voice volume skips at 4%? It skips when it's at 4%. Voice... 1 minute. Voice at 0. Master at 4. Oh my god. If this works, chat. If this works, I'm going to flip. Surely not. Surely they fixed it. God. Are we going to remove the one win that they've got so far? Do I have to untick the box? Let's find out. Oh my god, no! Oh no! It's still in the game. And that's why we have speedrunners in the chat. I'm so sorry, Freddy. I'm going to have to remove your gold star. Remove it from the board? The voice volume skip has not been fixed. It has just been tweaked to be broken very slightly differently. Oh, they just can't catch a break. How sad. Let's crank all that volume back up now. Let the record show the glitch was not patched. Can we see the board? You cannot see the board, but you will be able to see something very soon. Just not quite yet. The video will see the board, but you don't get to see the board quite yet. The reason being that I haven't made it. But also less spoilers, I guess. Then the Scaroo Wow Wow cheered 200 bits. Thank you very much, Scaroo Wow Wow. And Why Me cheered 100 bits to let me know about the fact that they didn't patch that glitch. Thank you very much. Half patched UFO, half patched. What an appropriate name. Has redeemed a hydration check. I will hydrate right now. Okay, let's resume. This is how it's supposed to work. You look out the window and you see Vanessa.
No, I don't trust
My pet
her.
theory is that this is supposed to teach you how to move the camera.
She's trying to get me.
However,
Is there some other way for you to communicate with me besides
they
talking
made
so
it
loudly?
work
Take this.
if you don't even
is a
look at her,
novelty Freddy
which I feel
Fazwatch.
defeats the point of the tutorial. Well, with that out of the way, let's grab our Fazwatch and get out of here. Now we've got nothing else to test.
What was that?
We've got nothing else to test
Sending
for a
you an
little
encoded
while.
message.
Just a little while, maybe a couple of minutes. Whoops, wrong button.
Hello, Gregory.
Hello.
It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance. However, I am unable to leave this room. You should have no problem. There is a button on the wall that will open the
Now
door to
everyone
the
who's a
back room.
subscriber, get your sus emotes ready, because we are about to go into a vent. And it wouldn't be security breach if we weren't spamming sus
There
emotes
is
in
an
a
open air
vent.
vent inside the maintenance room. You will have to climb through the ventilation.
Now I'm not going to
system
save
release me from the outside.
for a reason that will become clear later, hopefully.
Your performance was perfect tonight. Thank you. Your hair is beautiful. Your tail
Oh,
is
wait.
beautiful. Everyone was watching you. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants to be you.
Okay, I love what you're doing, Roxy. We actually need to quit to the main menu real quick. And I need to do that intro again. Sorry to strip you of the vent like that, chat. But there's something we need to do first to test if something is broken or not. And that is we need to load a different save. If all goes to plan, everything will become clear later. Hello, Freddy. Hello. Okay, we're outside Daycare in a different save now. Now let's start a new game again. Nice. We will see.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hand...
How many times could I possibly restart the game in one stream? I guess we're going for a new record today. No vent, don't worry, Barush VR. We will see a vent. We will definitely see a vent. Don't panic. I kind of wish I had the voice volume down again, so I could skip this.
Experiencing
You know what? Where's the harm? Can I please have my mouse? Thank you. This is a bit quicker than doing it manually. Whee! Oh, it doesn't work if you do it midway through? Good to know, I suppose. Very sad. Very sad. I guess I missed my chance.
Okay, listen. You were sleeping, so I opened the stomach
Skill
hatch
issue
and
for
climbed
real.
inside.
My stomach hatch. That place is reserved for oversized
Wait, it needs to be at
birthday
exactly
gifts and
4.
pinatas. Is
It needs to
not
be
a
at
safe
exactly
playground.
4. Well, it's too late now.
There you are. Scanning.
It's fine. I
complete.
want the sound on
How
for
are
our actual
Your guest
run.
profile is.
So I'm not too fussed. We've already figured out that it's not patched.
I'm Gregory.
Gregory.
Thank you to Tipsy Moth
I
for
will
giving one
notify
community
the main
sub to
office.
Go Ninja Go 21
Connection
and
error.
Splat767 for
Cannot
subscribing
connect
with
to the
Prime.
main
That is your
network.
first ever sub.
her.
As well
She
as
cut you off.
Scaru Wow
She's not going to
Wow
let you call for help
for
until she
subscribing for the
finds
first
me.
time ever as well. I hope you all enjoy the
Who is
emotes
looking
and I
for
hope you all enjoy
Your mother?
the no adverts.
I hear footsteps.
Is the game a little loud? I think the game's a little loud. I don't want Gregory drowning me out.
That is the security guard. She can help.
No, I don't trust her.
Why not?
I don't know who she is, but she's trying to get me. Isn't there some other way for you to communicate with me besides talking so loudly?
Take this. It is a novelty.
Right, let's
friend
take
Fazwatch.
Fazwatch again. The people demand the vent.
What was that?
I am sending you an encoded
Send me that
message.
encoded message, Fredo.
Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance. However, I am unable to leave this room. You should have no problem. There is a button.
Gotta punch Freddy. Ready?
Open the door to
Boom!
the back room. I will make it
Take
easy
that.
for you now.
Nice. Now we will not save just in case a glitch works later, we need to have not saved. Well, actually, we need to have not loaded, but it's basically the same thing.
Perfect tonight. Thank you.
Yep, there's the sus emotes. That's the security breach I know and love. Ah, fresh air.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for visiting, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
Now, I always wondered, is that a new animation for Chica? Or maybe I'm just getting through the vents super quick, so I'm seeing an animation that I never saw before. It just seems a bit more lively than it used to be. Also, is this sign new from the first patch? To let you know that this is Monty's room. I feel like there wasn't a Monty picture before, it was just these two. But maybe my memory is failing me. So now we need to get Freddy out of his room, and to do that we need to grab a box over here, which will get us the pass to let him out. There we go. Let's get back to Freddo.
Good job. Now, please come let me out.
Now, the next thing we're testing is another tiny aesthetic nitpick. Trust me, the one after this is potentially a huge one. But this is another little nitpick. Nitpick? This is another little nitpick. Can I not say the word nitpick? This one is another little nitpick. But it's something that annoyed me to no end. So I did a glitchless challenge run of Security Breach, where I tried to complete Security Breach without seeing a single glitch. And items clipping into each other was something I counted as a glitch. However, I had to make a special rule to exclude the fact that every single time you get inside Freddy, you clipped into his interior. You clipped into his wires. And the reason why I count that as a glitch and not just a poorly made animation is because in the original patch of Security Breach, in patch 1.00, you didn't clip into his wires. In that patch, the animation played just fine, but for some reason, every patch after a certain point, you clipped into his wires when you get into him, like they shifted where you are in the animation and it broke the alignment. So, after 3 years of patches, did they finally patch Security Breach to be as good as the launch patch?
Way to go, superstar. I knew you could do it. I know how to get you out of here. Climb back into my chest cavity. There is still time, but we must hurry. If I am spotted, I will certainly be taken back to my room. I will escort you to the main exit through the utility tunnels. It is the safest path.
Okay, but you better be careful moving around.
Alright, I'm excited. I can't wait to get inside Freddo. Alright, here it is, the moment of truth. Do we still clip into his wires, or is the animation still broken? Yep, we still clip into the wires of Freddy Fazbone. They didn't fix it. They broke it after patch 1, and they still haven't fixed it. So that is another thing unpatched. So far, nothing has been patched. I'm sure it'll all turn around soon, chat. Let me just... No, I don't even need to tick the box, but let me untick the box I ticked before. Here we go. Surely they will have patched something soon. Out of 50, the first 3 are unpatched. Now, I did a glitchless playthrough, where the whole joke was that the game was full of glitches.
She's down here.
And as we discovered, the game was in fact, yes, full of
We are
glitches.
spotted. You are safe with me.
However, that was now years ago. So my thinking was, surely they've patched almost all of those.
My room, we will never get
But it doesn't look like it.
I feel you are broken.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
No, I feel that something is wrong. I am taking you to the first aid station.
There's no time. I'm fine.
I believe we need to get inside this for the next trick.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Aren't you glad I have the volume turned on now, chat?
Know how I got here.
Well, you totally blew it tonight, you know.
Is this bugless percent? This is no
You ruined
percent.
the show.
This is
Now,
QA
have
percent.
you on reduced
This
power.
is, did they fix security breach in 3 years?
One more thing to deal with.
It's a pretty low volume. Yeah, it is. It is a little low. Let me turn it to there.
Look, we're like 15 minutes from closing and some kid is sneaking around backstage. If you see anything, notify me immediately. I already alerted the others.
Hydrate the
Now,
skeleton.
go
Yes,
back
thank you
to
very
your
much,
room.
Caramel Flynn.
I told you she was after me.
I said nothing. I will keep you safe. Let us go.
Okay. It is now time. It is now time for one of the big ones. This is finally time to test a glitch that is quite serious and has big implications going forward. So if we were to get inside Freddy, we wouldn't be able to get back out again. Now, that's not necessarily what we're testing right now, but it's something to maybe keep in mind for later. We'll see. We'll see. Now, in the very first patch of the game, there was a steel gate here. And this steel gate, in fact, you can still see where the steel gate used to be. They didn't get rid of the poles on the side. There used to be a gate here. And it made that last cutscene quite goofy. Because Vanessa would walk away from Freddy, and then apparently just hop a gate immediately and walk up these stairs. And it seemed kind of silly. So they thought, you know what, to fix that, we will move the gate up the stairs. So at the very least, the player doesn't think that she jumped a gate immediately after walking out of shot. She jumped a gate here instead. But in doing so, they maybe opened up a part of the game that wasn't properly tested. This is normally a secret area up here. Let me turn the brightness up a smidge. Already quite high, but let me turn it up a little bit more. God, everything's glowing. Okay. These stairs are a little bit buggy. Or in previous patches, these stairs were a little bit buggy. And by jumping on the railing, you could actually jump through a part of the wall and the ceiling that had no collision and get out of bounds. You could actually walk around on the ceiling up here quite a lot. That is what we're testing next. We are testing whether we can still get out of bounds using the first aid stairwell. And this isn't any ordinary test, because people are asking, can we see what's coming up? Can we see the glitches? Well, to give myself a little... What I don't want to be accused of is trying to make the devs look too good. Because, you know what? I'm a fair and impartial person. I want to try and get the glitches. I'm not going to try and throw softballs here. So, to give myself a little motivation to get the glitches, I have made a bingo card. So, some of the glitches are bingo glitches, where if I manage to execute them, we get a tick on the bingo card. Now, there are only, I think, 24 or 22 glitches. There are 24 glitches on the bingo card. So that is less than half of the glitches we have overall. However, this will still be a pretty good indication of how broken stuff is. And this will give me the motivation to really try and get the glitches to work. And not go too easy on the game. Now, you can see one of the glitches on here is this very first aid stairwell, up here in the top left. So, if I manage to get out of bounds using this stairwell, then we get to tick it off. Otherwise, we do not. So me and the devs are kind of in competition here. Will the devs fix it, or will I get a tick on my bingo card? And what happens if I get a bingo? Well, as always, everyone on YouTube needs to subscribe. That's just the rules, that's how we do things around here. So let's put that away. And let's see. Did they fix the stairwell? I feel like it might be patched. However, I felt that way on the Switch version, and it wasn't patched. The first part of this glitch is that there's like an invisible box here that shouldn't be here that you can jump on top of. That is still there. That is still in the game. So maybe the full glitch is still here. Let's find out. Oh my god! Yup, it is still in the game. That's good. That's good. We can even see the endos over there. So 3 years later, still no patch for this. In fact, this is kind of another thing that wasn't broken on the first patch, and then changes they made ended up breaking it. So, that is a tick on the bingo card for me. We are off to a great start. 1 down. Now, there is another thing on this bingo card, which is loading into a different save. There was a weird glitch in early versions of Security Breach, where if you fell out of bounds and you hadn't loaded any save games, and you hadn't loaded any of your saves, then instead it would load you into a different save game. Or at the very least, it would load you into where you were in a different save game. It would basically jump you between dimensions into a different save. Now, we have set this up. So if I jump out of bounds now, there is a very real chance that I will load in at Daycare in a different save. I guess let's find out. Do we still... Oh yeah, 1 second. Let me get rid of that card. Let me get rid of the bingo card. Easiest thing for me to forget is to get rid of my graphics. So let's find out by jumping into the void. Do we still load into alternate save games when we fall out of bounds? Here we go! Oh! Where are we? Where are we? Are we at Daycare? Yes! We did it, chat! Daycare get! So you can still skip humongous parts of the game by jumping out of bounds at the very start. Unbelievable. I am honestly shocked this is still in the game. I felt like putting this on the bingo card was a waste of a spot, because I was like, well, there's no way that isn't going to be patched. That is almost certainly going to be patched. But no. So, I guess that's another point for me. Where is that? Load into a different save. Out of the first 5 glitches out of 50, 0 have been patched so far. I really didn't think that's how it would go. But oh well. So what do we do now? What do we do now? I'm cooking, chat. I may be cooking. This is very good information to know for later. This is very good information to know for later. Because maybe there are some glitches coming up that may be very hard to pull off. And knowing that I can jump to anywhere in the game I want is very good to know. Very good to know. Okay. Well, I feel like we need to restart the game again because I feel like I may be stuck now. I could just do Daycare, but that would be skipping a bunch of glitches that we want to test. So we don't want to skip ahead. If we skipped ahead, we would be skipping glitches, and that will just not do. Giga Moon? Giga Moon is something I'm going to try and replicate. And this may be the key to that. In fact, this will be the key to that. Oh my god. I think we can get Giga Moon, chat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I really thought that that wouldn't be possible. Well, let's restart the game, I guess. So what do we want to do here? Okay, I think I know what we want to do. I think I know the plan. Yeah, okay. I know the plan. I know the plan. One more time. Back to the start.
Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together.
It is never a good sign when you can tell I'm cooking. When you hear the sizzling of a backseat cook, it's always an occasion to be concerned. Now, the interesting thing about Giga Moon is that it is a glitch I've never actually done on stream before. Because when I was doing my speedruns, my backwards speedruns, I obviously wanted to avoid that because it would have killed the run. And while it was in my backwards video, all of those were offline. I've never actually replicated the scenario online before. So this will be the first time I meet Giga Moon since, like, February 2022. So if this works, I'm kind of scared for this to work. I've forgotten I've forgotten how terrible it would be.
Scanning complete.
So Giga Moon, we'll get into that later. We've got a while until we worry about that. I'll explain Giga Moon later.
I'm Gregory.
Gregory. I will notify the main office.
Yeah, we've got a whole while until we have to be worried about that.
Cannot connect to the main network.
It's her. She cut you off. She's not going to let you call for help until she finds me.
Who? Who is looking for you? Your mother?
Your mother?
I hear footsteps.
Let's look out that window.
That is the security.
There she is.
She can help.
No.
Hey, I'm right here.
Don't trust
Hey,
her.
hey,
Not.
hey.
I don't know who she is, but she's trying to get me.
She's not
Is
interested.
there some other way for you to communicate with me besides
First
talking
aid
so
skip is
loudly?
patched on Xbox. Sucks to be an Xboxer.
Ready fast watch.
Why did they patch it only on Xbox? That's a very strange thing.
What was that?
I am sending you an encoded message.
Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance. However, I am unable to leave this room. You should have no problem. There is a button on the wall that will open the door.
Switch, I believe it was half patched on Switch. So on Nintendo Switch, they patched out... Yeah. Bye-bye, Freddy. On Nintendo Switch, they patched out the invisible box on the railing, which made it harder to do, but they didn't fix the collision on the ceiling, so as long as your jump was precise, you could still go out of bounds.
Your performance was perfect tonight.
Back in the vent, back to the sus dimension. Can you remind us what the Freddy was in this game? Believe it or not, the Freddy in this game was the Freddy. This Freddy, Glamrock Freddy, is the very first Freddy we ever experienced. almost half of the ways this game was broken revolve around Freddy like moons in orbit. He is perhaps the single most broken thing in any video game ever made. And we'll be putting him to the test later. We'll be seeing just how broken he still is later. Wymie said, it's not patched on Xbox, it just needs to be performed on the other side and it's quite a bit harder. Well, I'm glad they patched it to be more difficult but not fixed. The basest of devs. You see, it's just that they know that Xbox players are pro gamers. They know that the casuals and the scrubs on PC, they need that skip to be easy. But the Xboxers, they want a challenge. So they made the glitch nice and difficult to perform for them.
Way to go, superstar. I knew you could do it. I know how to get you out of here. Climb back into my chest.
I'm not a pro gamer and I play Xbox. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are a pro gamer.
I'll certainly be taken back to my room. I will escort you to the main
Whether you know it or not, MLG has you on their leaderboards at #1 spot right now.
But you better be careful moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
All right, let's hop in. Oh, man. I cannot believe the first aid skip is still in the game. This opens up a world of possibilities for this challenge. Or it's not so much a challenge. This test.
Hello, little boy. If you're down here, say something.
She's down here. We have to go.
Oh yeah, by the way, you can still get soft locked here.
Even if we are spotted, you are safe with me.
I know, I'm not going to get soft locked because if I get soft locked, we'll have to restart again. And I don't think I want to put you through that.
If I am sent back,
So let's not.
we will never
You can fall down this stairs and land in this water and get soft locked. But I won't put you through that, chat. It's not on my list,
I feel you are.
so I will not.
Worry about it,
I will
you're
not put
fine.
you through it.
I feel that something is wrong. I am taking you to the first aid station.
There's no time.
But it is a glitch you can do. That's a freebie. That being still in the game, the devs get away with that. They get out of jail scot-free. That's a freebie.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Officer Vanessa, I do not know how I got here.
Well, you totally blew it tonight, you know. Your system crashed and you ruined the show.
You see, I saw your message, Frozen Fire, and I thought it said, I love your content, but watch out for Giga Banana.
One more thing to deal with.
I apologize.
Okay.
The most dangerous Tronic.
We're like 15
Giga
minutes from
Banana.
the kid is sneaking around backstage. If you see anything, notify me immediately. I already alerted the others. Now go back.
Also, a good message for the Americans in the chat, because they get to hear me say banana rather than banana.
I told you she was after me.
I said no.
I feel like Gregory shrinks when he gets in and out of first aid. He's so short right now. Was he always this short? I feel like he's got smaller. He's like up to Freddy's knees. How short is this guy? God. All right, let's get out of bounds again. Because in order to set up for a very spicy glitch much later, we do need to break Freddy out of the tutorial. So I am gonna do that. Ooh. Oh, I did get out. Good, good, good. Very nice. Now, what was the best way to do this? Is it this? And then this? Yeah, there we go. So you may have seen this in my necklace challenge run, but we cannot get out of Freddy. Once we get into Freddy down there, we are locked inside Freddy. It's like part of the tutorial. It doesn't want you to get full use out of Freddy, so it locks you inside. However, there is a way to gain full control of Freddy, and that is by causing a deload. So a deload is when everything in a game deloads, so it stops loading in, and then the game has to load it all back in. the easiest way to do that at this part of the game is to jump on top of this ceiling here, and it deloads the game. So that is what we got to do, and that should give us the ability to get in and out of Freddy at our leisure. Well, a deload certainly happened. We should now have full control of Freddy. Believe it or not, this was not on my bingo card because I thought this would be impossible to still be in the game. But let's find out. Yup, we can now exit Freddy whenever we like. And this is going to be very important for testing some glitches later.
Where are we?
We are now under the Pizzaplex. These utility tunnels connect all the attractions.
We can go anywhere in the building?
Oh, I'm excited, chat. I'd forgotten just how much fun Security Breach can be.
They are all accessible to staff, with high enough clearance, of course. Guests are never allowed down here, but yours is a special situation.
So, we're now at the point in the tutorial where Freddy Fazbear will be taken away from us. He will walk into a cutscene trigger on the floor here and walk into this recharging station here. We do not want that to happen. We want Freddy the entire time because that is going to help us test some glitches later. I'm going to get him as close as possible. And then I will save. So because Freddy usually gets taken away when you cross this line, and you usually cannot get out of Freddy, it is usually impossible to save the game until Freddy has been taken away. However, we can save the game with Freddy still here, and that is going to help us a lot. Yes, it will, however, say low battery. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, it's a good job. It's a good job I saved. Oh, whoops. I exited the entire game. I got a bit overambitious and I exited the entire video game rather than just going to the main menu. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Let's turn that back on. Stream over, everyone. Go home. Just a little whoopsie. So we should now be in that room and Freddy should still be not taken away. There he is. There's the boy. Perfect. And loading this save is actually something we did need to do anyway. So no harm done. The next glitch we need to test is this here. So this railing, it's a little bit dark, actually. Freddy, can you light this up for me? We need some cinematic lighting over here. Thank you. So this railing in the tutorial here had a very special property in early patches of the game. And that is that if you simply just hopped on top of this railing, it would deload the entire game. You doing all right there, Freddy? He's fine. This was very, very useful for a whole multitude of glitches. But let's find out. Is it still in the game? Do you still deload the game when you hop on this railing? Good God. Freddy, I cannot believe it. I really thought they'd patched this. I am in awe. I 100% thought they patched this. Well, guess not. Yes, hello, Freddy. Hi, Freddy. I'm genuinely shocked it's not patched, because this is patched in the Nintendo Switch version. And that was before Ruin came out, I think. So I really thought they would have patched it in some later patch. But apparently not. Am I accidentally playing launch patch? What is going on here? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. It was patched and unpatched many times and is currently unpatched. You know what? I believe it. Joey C Games Live says, what are we doing today? We are testing if they have patched... We are testing if the developers of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach finally managed to patch out the glitches after 3 years. And so far, it's not looking too positive. It's not looking great. And thank you for the hydration check, MX Plumberry. I will hydrate right now. Okay. So, look at that. Look at the... Why is the Pizzaplex up there loaded? Why is all of that loaded, but everything's loaded down here? Does standing on that rail... Oh my god. Do you think... This is a crazy theory. Do you think that they copied and pasted this railing from somewhere up there, and so standing on the railing makes it think that you're up there? So it loads up there and deloads down here. Do you think? That would be very funny. I really hope that's true. Because all of the stuff up there is loaded. The Phasablast entrance is loaded. So I guess when we get to the Phasablast entrance, let's look out for a railing that looks like this. And see if maybe they copied and pasted it. Well, let me just test something real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So my computer is extremely fast. And so the issue with my computer is that while this does deload the surroundings... Where did Freddy go? Oh, I fell down. While this does deload the surroundings, my computer is capable of loading them back in very quickly. Extremely quickly. And that may mean that we don't really get a chance to do Giga Moon now that I think about it. Yeah, my computer is too good. Basically, we need to get inside Freddy and we need to cross... Oops. We need to cross a cutscene trigger. Oh, did I fall? Okay, I'm out of bounds. The good news is that even though we are out of bounds, we can get back in bounds by falling even more out of bounds. And it should load us in here. There he is. Okay, I mean, we could turn on ray tracing and see if that slows down the game enough that I can get over this cutscene trigger. Shall we try it? Because the ray tracing sure does tank the game's performance. The reason why I normally don't try ray tracing is because it does require a reset. Where is ray tracing? Oh, there it is. High ray tracing. Are my configurations not all on max? Wait, that didn't restart the game at all. That just quit the game. Fine, I have to do everything for you. We're back. So currently my game loads too quickly, so we are going to try and slow it down with ray tracing. Once again though, my computer is so good that I think opening a million Chrome tabs will not really slow it down enough to make a difference. I can try though. What sort of a Chrome tab uses up the most PC performance? What is the most energy hogging sort of Chrome tab? YouTube? Video? Okay, let's turn on a million videos on mute. Let's make sure they're all myself so I get a million views. I've just typed in a backscat. That isn't what I wanted. Okay, we have one video open, 2 videos open, 3 videos open. It is all me asking people if they're my dad in Into the Pit. How many do you think will do it, chat? How many Chrome windows do you think will has got the source? $20 tabs. Let's go for 20. 20 seems like a reasonable enough number. A pop-up just happened saying make Chrome faster. That is the opposite of what I want, sir. How many have we got open so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're nearly there. Now, I haven't muted them, so this is incredibly unpleasant. All right, let's go through and mute them all. And then I'll hit play on every single one, and we will try again with ray tracing on and with 20 Chrome tabs. Sorry, chat. It's a little bit quiet because I am doing dark arts. Let me just check they're all still playing. They sure are. $20 Chrome tabs of my Into the Pit video are currently playing. And we've got ray tracing on. Let's see. Does this help? Well, it's doing stuff for the frame rate. And that texture hasn't loaded in yet. There we go. That's a very promising sign. That is very promising. All right, on to the deload wall. And hop back. Oh, I fell off. Oh, am I? Okay, I thought I was soft lock. Try again. Hopefully the stream isn't dropping frames. Nice. Don't load back in. Okay, it's loaded in upstairs. Oh, upstairs is looking chunky. Upstairs is jiggling. Right, let's cross our fingers that this is slow enough. Nope. My computer cannot be stopped. How is he so good? So I'm going to try a slightly more extreme version. I'm going to fall out of bounds all the way back here. Open more tabs. I can open more tabs. However, I feel like most of the heavy lifting so far is being done by the ray tracing. I'm not sure if the tabs are doing much. Everyone's suggesting Minecraft. I am afraid to say I do not own Minecraft. You never know unless you try. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. First, we'll try this, and then if this doesn't work, then we'll try more tabs. So, jumping up here. Jumping on the wall. So, I am now quite far away from Freddy. But if I fall all the way out of bounds, I will load back in at my last save. And that should mean that I warp right next to Freddy. And because I'm quite far away, the hope is that it will take even longer to load the game. And therefore, I'll have more time to walk Freddy across the line. Nope. My PC is too powerful. Sorry. I don't know if we're getting Freddy across this cutscene trigger. I don't think it's happening. Computer is too strong. Wow. Indigo Park? Is Indigo Park some sort of a resource hog? I can try and open Indigo Park. 20 Chrome tabs. Oh my god. My Steam. It can't load. Okay. The tabs are having an effect. Just not on Security Breach for some reason. Oh my god. Steam is so slow. How is this Chat, I can't even use Steam. It is unusable. It is moving at less than a frame a second. How is this possible? How is it possible that Security Breach can persevere and Steam cannot? Something is working. Maybe more Chrome tabs are the spice. Oh my god, now Chrome isn't working either. Is Chrome crashing? Chrome, are you crashing? Oh my god. Let's go back to Security Breach. And just try it again, because my computer does seem to be having a very bad time. Wow. Game, I am in awe of how you are avoiding deloading right now. Given what my computer is going through, I am amazed. No computer should be this good. I know, right? This should be illegal. It runs faster when unloaded. Yeah, but the game isn't really unloaded because upstairs is loaded, which is what's confusing me a bit. I really wish I could fall out of bounds with Freddy, because then it would put me on the other side of this cutscene trigger. Does anyone know of a way to... Macaroon Poodaloo just said, will this be a stream? I don't know how to break this to you, Macaroon. But you're in one. You best start believing in streams. You're in one. Right. You know what? We may just have to leave Freddy here. We may have to leave Freddy here for right now. I've got no way of getting him across this line that I can think of. So I think it's time to turn off the ray tracing and close all these Chrome tabs before my computer dies for real. There you go, computer. May you live another day. Keep the tabs? Why in the world would I keep the tabs? I guess I could have paused the tabs rather than delete them. It's fun. It is not fun. It is not fun. I think what we need to do is keep everything we've learned so far, and I guess just keep that in mind until, oh my god, look how smooth it is. And keep that in mind for potential future hijinks. But for right now, we're moving on. So now let's just continue the tutorial a little bit.
Giga. Maybe I could distract her.
Use the distraction to get rid of Chica. Enjoy those paint cans. Gosh, they're such interesting paint cans. Can you believe those paint cans? Wait, paint? For free? I'm gonna save here. Very nice. Sure. Unless I want to save it. Nah, I'll keep it. I'll save here. So I hope you enjoyed that very brief stroll down a corridor, chat, because we are right back to testing a glitch. And this is another bingo glitch. So if I can pull this off, then we're all good. We get another bingo slot. So this is a glitch that I did on stream, but it didn't ever feature in any of my videos, or at least part of it didn't. It is possible to break the AI. It is possible to break the AI of both Monty and Chica during this chase. So in this chase, Monty is supposed to chase you. And then when you get far enough, then Chica will chase you as well. Let me just demonstrate this. You will cross this point. Chica will begin to chase you, so you've got 2 animatronics on your tail, and you've got to run up these doors. During my necklace challenge, I found that this was a bit too difficult, because they moved a bit too fast. So I had to find a way to break their AI. And I showcased a couple of those on stream. Now, I did test this one thing before I did this stream. And the answer is so interesting. Dilly the Scaredy Cat, can you please post your marble choice in the Discord and tag me? Just so that I don't forget to add it to the document. Thank you very much, Dilly. Now, I did test this before I streamed. This is the one thing I tested. And what this reveals about Steel Wool is very interesting. Because this shows that Steel Wool watch my streams. Not just my videos. They watch my streams. Because they patched how to break their AI, including a thing that I only showed in the stream and didn't put in the video. So, in older patches, you could use this, and you could jump behind this railing, and it would break Monty. However, they've patched it. You can no longer jump on top of that railing and break Monty's AI. They've just invisible walled it. So you can't break Monty's AI there anymore. Now, what about Chica's AI? Because in the video, I do break Chica's AI, and I make her reset her walking pattern in a really strange way. And I do that by jumping on top of some plastic boxes. Now, this is also kind of patched. So in other patches, you could jump on these boxes and Chica would reset. Now, she just waits. She used to reset and basically do her entire course up the stairs, but without actually paying attention to Gregory. She would basically turn into just a scripted chase where she would go all the way up the stairs and then she would get confused and she would wander back down the stairs. And so this was really good for resetting Chica, but you can see that now she doesn't reset. Now she just stops, and when you jump back down, she resumes. It doesn't break her AI anymore. So they patched it. They patched both of the AI breaks. So, congratulations to Steel Wool. You get 1 point. You did patch something. Except one small thing. One tiny little thing. I found ways to break their AI that I didn't show on stream. And you didn't patch that. You didn't account for me not showing something on stream, did you? Well, guess what? I had a secret method up my sleeve that you didn't know about. I gotta keep my cards close to my chest, and I never showed this method. And this method simultaneously breaks both of their AI in one foul swoop. So you do the chase as normal, and you get to here, but you just run past the chicken. Okay, a box got in my way. Roll it back. Roll it back. Let me do another evil villain laugh. Also, thank you very much, Soupy Doopy, for the raid. And yes, Macaroon Poodloo, it will be a video. Sorry for teasing you. Run it back. Let's do my evil villain speech again. Wahahaha! You've just uncovered my trap card. I have a secret method. I've got Super Saiyan AI break. 2. So I'm actually going to keep a decent amount of my sprints saved. So now we run past chicken. And we hide underneath these. Now you will notice Monty is having a bit of trouble finding us. You will also notice that Chica has vanished. Monty is no longer interested in Gregory. That was weird. Yeah, so Monty's AI has broken. Chica's AI has ceased to exist, as has the bird herself. So yeah, I discovered this when I was doing the necklace challenge, but I didn't show it off. And I'm glad I didn't, because it means that Steel Wool didn't get to patch it. Gotta be honest, never seen anyone run that way. Well, apparently neither has Steel Wool. I guess you wouldn't think to do it. Let's bully Monty. I'm gonna trap him in a prison of his own creation. So yeah, not only does this break Monty's AI, but it straight up deletes Chica. Which I think definitely counts as not fixed. Which gives us another point on the bingo card. Monty and Chica AI break is definitely still in the game. God bless. Bless this mess. Now I could demonstrate that Chica is 100% broken. However, if I walk up these stairs, all of these boxes reset, and they're really hard to get back over. So what I'm going to do first is just show you down this hallway. First up, a couple of interesting things about this hallway. You can see just straight out of bounds through that grate. They forgot to put a wall there, I suppose. There's also plenty of out of bounds visible down there. And the shadows on these pipes get pretty funky. Perhaps the most interesting thing about this hallway, in my opinion, though, is that there's a level 12 security door here. There aren't even 12 security levels in the game. So why is this a level 12 security door? Very weird. Very strange. It only goes up to level 10 in the game. So I don't know what that door's all about. But yeah, this is perhaps one of the most glitchy areas in the main game. And they didn't fix it. Not at all. And honestly, thank God. I'm going to leave you there, Monty. Now, there would have been another glitch that I could have shown off now. But sadly, I don't get to. Because when you progress this far, they closed this gate behind Monty. If they would have allowed us to go behind this gate, then we would have spawned a very special friend. That being Giga Monty. He would have been back here. But sadly, when you progress the chase past a certain point, they close the door. Was that Roxy? That is Roxy. That is Roxy, yes. She doesn't get to be in this chase, sadly. Yep, and the boxes are now all fixed. So that's why I wanted to demonstrate that corridor to you ahead of time. How you doing? How you doing, Monty? You doing good? You know what? Maybe this is the canon timeline. Maybe all Gregory needed to do was talk to Monty, and he would have become a friend for life. Something I'm curious about is... Now, I'm pretty sure this won't be the case, because Security Breach never despawns cutscene triggers. But, like, what if? What if the cutscene trigger that normally takes Freddy away is despawned now? I don't think it will be, but let's find out. Monty is a Kevin? I don't think so. I think if he was following us around, I would definitely declare him Kev. But I think he's not Kevin, he's just confused. Just very confused. I don't want to prematurely call anything a Kevin when it isn't. Also, I believe that if I walked into him, he would murder me. Which is maybe, I think, a little bit too aggro for a Kevin. Can I get over these boxes? I feel like it's going to be a soft lock if I do, though. What am I doing? Let's just see if I can get inside Freddy now. I feel like in this tutorial, they lock doors behind you all the time to stop you going backwards. So I kind of feel like I won't be able to go back to Freddy. Yeah, level 1 security pass. That's what I... hell was that? What is that? We're discovering new glitches as we go. What in the world is this sound? Why does jumping here do this? I guess Robot Gregory confirmed canon? Question mark? Wait, is it? It's just all along this wall. But the door is... what is... Why does Gregory sound like this in this corridor? Okay, whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. Why is it still happening? Okay, now it stops. What a weird extra bonus glitch. I wonder if Monty's still here. Yeah, he is. He is. He's still here and still confused. Man, I really wish I could have got Freddy. If anyone is a speedrunner or knows the glitches inside and out, let me know if there is a way to break Freddy out of the tutorial. Because I really want to try and get Giga Moon. I really want to try and get that. Smooch the lad? Fine. Fine, chat, we will smooch the lad. Uh-oh. Let me in? Let me in, please. Let me back in. Let me in to the gameplay space. Please. Game? Now this wasn't on my bingo card. God damn it. Why am I here? Why am I floating? I can't escape. they've like invisible walled off this area, but only in a way that you can't escape, rather than a way that you can't get in. Well, I guess we're resetting anyway. The game really doesn't want me to smooch that lad. Well, now that the game doesn't want me to do it, I've got to do it. I guess something I will try and do is I will try and break Monty's AI when he's in a more funny position. So let's try and get him to maybe break when he's inside the boxes. What if you do Giga Moon last? That might have to be the way. Wymie has cheered 50 bits to say that she will let me know, or they will let me know soon, which is a good sign. Okay, Monty, come on. Monty, get around the boxes, please. Chica's going off on a stroll. Come on, Monty. Come on, boy. There we go. And sit. Good boy. You wait there. You wait in the dark. So Chica has now left. I'm kind of curious what happens to Chica. Does she just walk up there and then despawn? Alright, let's smooch the boy. It's a shame it's so dark. But I guess it's romantic. Monty, come here for a big old smooch. Yep. Quite an aggressive smoocher. Smooch da boy. Even when he's confused, he does a big smooch. Too much teeth. Now, I would love to be able to get around Monty and explore behind him. Because as I say, there is a glitch back there that I would love to see if it is still in the game. And it is very easy to do that if you have Freddy. But I cannot get Freddy out of the tutorial yet. If Wymie knows a way, then that would be great. I guess we can only wait. Maybe in Stream 2. Maybe in Stream 2 we will test out Giga Moon. Smooch has been acquired. Okay, let's... Wow, oh my god. Whoops, I took a bit of an awkward way there. Okay, Chica's gone off on her walk. Whoa! Oh my god, Chica's just staring at a wall. Okay, you stay there. I want to see what's happening to Chica. What hap... Wait. Wait, she gets unconfused if you walk close to her? That's interesting. What if I go back under again? Can I trap them both back here? Come on. Come on. Come on, Chica. There we go. Oh. Oh? Oh, she's so confused. Poor chicken. I'm sorry I did this to you, Chica. Look at her wiggle them hips. Good God. What have I done to them? Put Gregory in prison right now. For the abuse he's putting these animatronics through. Literally the first time he meets them. She's throwing it back. Oh no. Oh, Chica. I think we can confidently say that this glitch is still in the game. What about you, chat? What do you think? How far around can I go until she spots me? Ah! That far. That far. Okay. What a good smooch. now let's just progress the tutorial as it should be. Let's just do the tutorial the intended way now, and let's move on. Whee! Chicken? What happened to Chicken? She just decided not to chase me this time. I suppose she grew fond of me in our time together by the boxes. Poof!
Well done, Gregory. You found a security
Hooray.
office. You should be quite safe here. The doors were designed to keep our highly trained security staff safe in the event of an emergency. As long as the doors stay closed.
Which they will.
As long as there is a
Well, now we just get to play the game the normal way for a little while.
The power's on.
I don't believe I'm going to try for any more glitches until Daycare.
Banging on the door. How am I gonna get out of here?
Do not panic. You should see an interface on the security desk. Hold on while I make it accessible to you. There. You can now activate security protocols.
Nice.
Your Fastwatch is now connected to the security camera system. Check the map on your
Let's do our security camera tutorial.
Those boxes on your mini-map are nearby security cameras. When movement is detected by the camera's motion sensors, you should see red alert icons. Switch between the cameras to find a safe path out of the office and to the main lobby.
Very good. Let's save the game one more time. Yes, I think that's what we want to do. I don't think I've ever seen you do it in the normal way. Well, the normal... Why is she already aggroed? Is this a leftover of what I did downstairs?
Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex is now
Huh.
closed. Initiating nighttime protocols.
Well, I guess that's fine.
No, wait, I'm still here. Now what am I supposed to do?
Okay, we're locked in. Looks like we're gonna have to do a Five Nights at Freddy's.
Be able to escape when the security doors reopen at 6 a.m. Until then, keep moving and try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is enough
Our next destination is Daycare. To do that, we need to do a little bit of stuff in the lobby first. Get a few security passes and stuff like that.
Well done, superstar. You have accessed the lobby.
Hydrate the skeleton. Okay, Overlord TRM has hydrated the skeleton. Let me do that now.
The pizzeria. You can find an upgrade machine and custom.
Oh, that hydration was much appreciated. Why not do the subtitles? Yes, so I have 50 bugs and glitches, and those 50 are not every single bug and glitch that exists. I did have the subtitles on my list at one point or another, but there was always something more interesting than the subtitles, so they kept getting kicked down the list. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, Chica. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. They kept getting knocked down the list. So subtitles are not on there anymore, sadly. Wow, she's so forgetful. What a silly What a silly chicken. Goody. Sure. Okay, please leave me alone. Good.
Freddy, I found the free gift. It's a crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet? Lame.
Now, if she's still upstairs in the gift shop, does that mean I just get a free run over here and she can't even get me? I guess so. Now Chica will phase through a wall. Not phasing yet. I've just realized looking over there that it's pretty clear that they misaligned some floor textures. And so they had to add a tiny little stairway going up to the gift shop. There's no stairway on this side. So I think they just put the gift shop slightly too high and had to add some stairs. Like one step. Just to realign everything. Alright, nothing through there. Let's just progress the plot, put the magnet on, get the complimentary pass,
My pass.
get the daycare pass. What are we doing? We're testing to see if security breach has been fixed. With the 3 years of patches it has received.
The magnet scrambled the machine.
It is nearly the 3rd anniversary of security breach after all. We're coming up to it.
Daycare pass.
That is great news. I will meet you in the daycare. The entrance is on the 2nd floor balcony.
How long is the stream going to be? This is not going to be the entire thing. This is probably going to be 3 streams if I had to guess. If I had to guess, I said that this would be 3 streams. Sorry, Chica's face. Pretty interesting. I'm not lost, chicken. Don't worry about me. I'm doing fine. It's a pretty interesting pose from Chicken there. Are you still... Okay. I don't think I've ever seen Chicken chase me this far. She's very aggressive today. I don't think she took me breaking her... I don't think she liked me breaking her AI. Can she chase me even into here? She can?
Gregory, I am unable to reach you. Check the daycare security
Uh-oh.
desk for a security badge. Then
Oh god! Oh well, I think in every single time I have ever played this game, I have never had her chase me into daycare before. She's always dropped aggro. Oh, thanks for the autosave. Why can I not pick up... Okay, there we go. That's a bug? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. I feel like she should be able to do that. I've just literally never seen it happen before. It seems like something that she should be able to do.
this is the lobby.
Well,
Unfortunately, that complimentary
why did that just close?
allow you to enter the pizzeria
Why did I just see that close?
machine and
Can I open this through the wall? No. I'm just gonna rush through. Yeah, it makes sense that she can chase you. It would have been weirder if she despawned. But I've just never, ever seen it happen. Slide into fun? I am so excited to slide into fun. You have no idea, chat. Uh-oh.
Freddy, I found the free gift. It's a crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet?
A funny thing I found from Astral Spiff's video, because I was basically, I watched all of my old videos to find glitches that I maybe forgot about. And I also watched Astral Spiff's security breached video to see if there was any that I maybe cut out of my videos that I'd forgotten existed. And one of them is really weird. Chica, can you give me a moment? I'm explaining funny architecture stuff. Thank you. This corner of the gift shop has a ceiling when you're downstairs, but when you're upstairs, it's empty. There's like a balcony. It's really weird. All right. Basically, there's a balcony that looks into the lower floor when you're on the upper floor. But then when you're down on the lower floor, there is no way to look down. So it's just like vanished.
It ate my pass.
It makes me wonder at what point does that ceiling appear? It's really confusing to me.
Yes, the magnet scrambled the machine.
Okay, have I got the daycare pass?
Man, now it's some kind of daycare pass.
There it is. The daycare pass. We're going to daycare.
The entrance is on the second floor balcony.
As long as Chicken doesn't kill us. Oh! Chicken is still angry. But I can deal with Chicken. She's getting kind of close. This time I won't waste quite so much time looking backwards and being confused. Is it just a normal playthrough? This is a QA playthrough. Testing to see if they fixed the things that they've had a year to fix. Is Chica still following now? Nah, she must have given up. She must have lost range. So here we are at daycare, or really in the daycare lobby. We're just before daycare proper. There's daycare. But first we have one thing we need to test in the daycare lobby. So, the daycare lobby has an interesting property in previous patches of Security Breach. And that is that standing in certain places, like for example, if you stood here and then ran back to the entrance, or slightly more easy because it's half of the way there already, if you stand here and walk back to the entrance, it will deload the map. Because I guess the game is trying to load in too much, it cannot load in the lobby, and so you can run there and see it deloaded. It is also possible to deload the bathrooms, which are honestly a lot quicker to get to. So those are probably the easiest to test. So let's find out. Did they patch this? Did they make it so that it loads things a little bit more sensibly? I'm going to run as fast as I can. Well, the bathroom is loaded. Let me try again. Can you deload the daycare? Daycare sometimes deloads just on its own because it takes a while to load. But the collision is at least there. Is this patched or is it because of the OP PC? You know, it could be because of my PC. However, I kind of feel like playing this on an outdated PC isn't so much a glitch as me just making the game run worse so that it runs worse. The reason why I think this is still a valid glitch is because I discovered this on this PC. I discovered this glitch on this PC. I was just running backwards and forwards one day and the lobby was gone. So I can test this on a potato. And for the video, I will put on screen right now if everything is still deloaded while we're on the potato PC. But for right now,
Check the daycare security desk for a security.
let's just say it's been patched. I'm going to slide into fun and see if anything weird happens with Chica when I'm sliding into fun. Does she just give up? Or does she respawn down here? Because getting Chica into daycare would be pretty funny. Nope, it seems like we're fine. So there you go, chat. They have patched one thing. At the very least, the areas no longer deload on even overpowered PCs. Now it is strictly a performance issue, rather than a game issue. So, that is one thing patched. Let me just review the tape. How many things have there been so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th thing, And we have finally got one thing that's patched. 1 out of 8. Congratulations. It's better than none out of 8. Better than none. Whoa, whoa! Nice. I think the very first thing I need to do is complete this boss fight. I haven't got anything written down for the boss fight.
New friends, you're sure I'm late. Are we having a slumber party? Where are all your friends? We can finger pen. No. What a mess.
There's a lot of glitches you can do in Daycare, but they kind of all require Freddy or the tutorial skip glitch to have worked, which we haven't done.
New friends.
So if we do get some of the speedrunners to help and find a way to glitch stuff earlier, then maybe there's more we can do here. But for right now, we're just gonna have to do this the normal way. Don't mind me. It's just my cat behavior. I'm jumping on things. How do you like this? Should I save? Nah. God, why did I do this? Why did I do that? You should probably save. I mean, that would be the sensible thing to do. Why not? I feel like I might want the save outside of Daycare, but maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I guess let's save. Well, let's overwrite something, I guess. Very nice.
No! Why would you do that? Lights on! I warned you!
Uh-oh. Wymie has sent a Discord DM. And Denifrites has redeemed a hydration check. One of the speedrunners has sent a Discord DM. Let's see. Let's see.
Must be punished. 99. Gregory, I do not know what you did, but the lights are out in the daycare. You need to find the emergency backup generators and turn them on. They are in the play structures.
Okay, I'm watching Wymie's video. The video is 3 minutes long. Okay, let me just skip this. Let me skip around. What? What is happening? There's a lot of out-of-bounds shenanigans going on right now. In this, yeah, Moon, I'll be with you in just 1 second. Oh my god. This is gonna take practice. I think this is something we're gonna do on stream number 2. Because I don't think there's any way I'm pulling this off. Yeah, hello Moon. Hello Moon. I don't think there's any way I'm pulling this off from memory. Okay, Wymie, I am aware of this. I know that I can, I mean, I wasn't aware of all the out of bounds, but what I need is a way to get get Freddy into Daycare, or at least the Daycare entrance. And the issue is that with this method, I will be stuck in the atrium, as far as I know. So give me an extra little bit to get into the atrium and we're all good. Okay, let's do this moon boss fight as intended. Show us. It's a Discord video. I'd have to like open it in a browser tab. It's a whole thing. Maybe I'll show it at the end when I'm not playing. I would need to like download the video on Discord and then import it into OBS. It would be a whole faff. Man, I wish I remembered where those generators were. It's been a year since I played this game, so I'm not 100% sure. As intended? Chat, this whole playthrough is as intended. What are you talking about? We're trying to find out if they patched the game. I'm being very well behaved. There's no way I would be making it break more than it already is. I'm a fair and honest streamer. Well, that's not where I want to be. Where's the generator around here? It's over here. Okay. I feel like I could do a glitchless run again pretty easily, because even if all the glitches from the previous one are still in the game, I know where they are and I know where to avoid them. So it would probably be easier rather than harder. Which I don't think anyone needs to see me do a challenge run, but easier. Alright, does anyone have eyes on Moon? Does anyone know where Moon is? Oh, there he is. Oh, I've run out of stamina. There we go. Is it the green one I've got to get next? Yellow, green? Yeah, pick that up. Whoa! Cool moves, my dude. Yellow? Maybe it's yellow I've got to do. I think it's yellow. Yup. Okay. We need eyes on Moon. Where is he? There he is. Now, I've paused the game because we have another glitch we need to test. This is a classic. This is Nano Moon. Now, this might not happen right now, but we're gonna frequently check this throughout the game, just in case it happens. So I wanted him to get close to me because I wanted to test Nano Moon out. So Nano Moon is a glitch we experienced in the glitchless video. And what it basically was that Moon shrunk down really small. The shrinking didn't actually happen, but basically when Moon despawns, he doesn't despawn his sound effect. So Moon is still, there's like a bubble of Moon noise, even when there is no Moon. So when you complete a Moon section, there will just be like a bubble of Moon's sound effects in the map, somewhere, wherever it was that he despawned. So there should, when I unpause the game, still be the sound effects of Moon, even though Moon has gone. Let's find out. This is also on the bingo. So high stakes. Is Nano Moon going to be here? Let's find out. I don't hear him. I don't hear him. Did they actually patch Nano Moon? Well, this is one we need to keep an eye on. For now, it's looking like they murdered Nano Moon. But we've got plenty more Moon sections to come, and we're going to check them all. So maybe Nano Moon doesn't exist now, but maybe he will in the future. It's not over yet. The bingo card could get another point. But for now, it looks like maybe they did patch Nano Moon. I am, given what hasn't been patched, I am shocked that Nano Moon of all things got the patching treatment when Nano Moon has no effect on gameplay at all. Why did you have to bully him? He was innocent. You don't patch the deloads, but you do patch Nano Moon? Either way, that is a point to Steel Wall. Things are starting to turn around for Steel Wall. Oh boy. We're now about to leave daycare after the boss fight, and that means time for one of my very favorite glitches. If you watched the glitchless video, you will be extremely familiar with this one. When you leave daycare and get inside Freddy, Chica vibrates at 500 miles an hour. She judders and shakes. And I don't know why. She's the only one who does it, but she vibrates like nobody's business. So much so, and it happens so frequently, that we had to find a workaround to get Chica as far away from Freddy as possible, so that we didn't see it. But this time we're not going to hide from the truth. Does Chica still vibrate her head when you get inside Freddy? This is on the bingo card. Let's find out. Did they patch it?
Gregory, jump in.
Let's hope. In we go.
They have found you.
Yes!
Go upstairs and do not worry.
You can't kill vibrating chicken. The vibrating chicken endures. Thank you, Chica. Mwah. Mwah.
Sneak away, little cow.
God bless. The queen is back. Vibrating chicken. Where is that on the bingo card? There it is. Wait, wrong one. Is it you? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, right? Yes. Chica Daycare Vibrate. Unpatched. So far, in this wool between myself and the developers, I think I'm winning. Whoop. Fantastic. Fantastic. And that is it for Daycare, at least until we test Giga Moon.
We are almost out of time. We need to get to a recharge station.
I don't normally see you up here, Monty.
Every hour the power is diverted to the recharge stations. When that happens, the lights go out. And when that happens, the daycare attendant is free to roam the building. It will.
No!
Gregory, where are you going?
Freddy, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. The get out of Freddy button and the interact button are the same button. So I went to the gate and I tried to open the gate and I got out of Freddy. I'm sorry, Freddy. I apologize. That's on me. That's on me. At least we get to see vibrating chicken again. I'm waiting for Nano Moon check. Well, we've already done the Nano Moon check. Oh god, we got the Chica appearing in the wrong place glitch, which I didn't put on my. Wow, that was a big one.
Go upstairs.
That was a big one, Chica.
Cannot find you while
You alright? Let's try that again.
we are almost out of time. We need to get
At least we can confirm that vibrating chicken
every hour the power is diverted.
Vibrating chicken is definitely still in the game.
That happens, the lights go out. And when that happens, the daycare attendant is free to roam the building. It will find you.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, let's finish this section, and then I'm going to peruse what Wymie has found. She had 50 bits to mention that they've done it. Presumably meaning getting Freddy out of the tutorial. And Samzia says RIP. RIP is correct.
What was that?
That is a fountain.
That is a fountain.
A fountain is a decorative reservoir used for discharging water.
Not the fountain. You didn't see the dancing rabbit lady right in front of us?
No.
I did not. There is no rabbit at the Mega Pizzaplex. Not anymore.
This is crazy. It's like the whole place is trying to get me.
I am not.
Why?
I do not
Okay,
know.
we are going to
I
try one last glitch. And then I'm going to look at Wymie's footage, and I'm going to see if we can do
You're different.
the Giga Moon glitch.
Front doors will open in 5 hours.
Good news? 5 hours? I'm not gonna last 5 minutes.
Do not panic. If
But
we
it is
get set-
somewhat important that I save, because if this glitch works, it's a soft lock. And I don't want to do that again. In fact, I'm going to go back to the main menu and reload, because I think that is important. I think that's important for the glitch. So, believe it or not, in earlier patches of the game, there was a very strange glitch with MapBot, where if you exited Freddy at the same second that you got jump scared by MapBot, he would throw you out of bounds into a tiny garden that is floating in the void outside the Pizzaplex. On the other side of the map. Very far out of bounds. So we're going to try and do that again.
identify 2 possible exit points.
Basically, the way the glitch works, I believe, is that this glitch tries to put you inside the last hiding spot you were in. However, if you haven't been in a hiding spot, he throws you out of the Pizzaplex.
Mark both locations on your fast map.
Entirely.
If that you have no fast map, you should be able to obtain one from the greeter on the center balcony.
So that's the plan. Why is there a garden? I don't know why there's a garden out of bounds. Hopefully we'll see it, and maybe we'll get closer to finding out why today. So let's go for it. I believe he jump scares us just about when we get on the carpet. So let's try. Getting out of Freddy. Is this on the bingo card? This is also on the bingo card. So we get another entry on the bingo card if I can get this to work. But yeah, I believe that the default hiding spot is like some plants out of bounds. Let's find out. Does MapBot still throw you out of bounds? Too early? Too early.
Hi.
Yep, too early. Try again. Let's try again. Time to get yeeted, that's the hope. I really want this bingo card win. I really want the win on the bingo card. Once I get a bingo, I don't care, Steelwool. Your game can be as broken as you want. But I really want the bingo card. Also, being thrown out of bounds by MapBot is kind of funny on its own, I guess. Without my selfish needs.
Gregory, I have identified 2 possible exit points.
There is no satisfaction quite like completing a line on a bingo card.
Food court on the 1st floor. There is
Okay,
also
that last one was too early, so now I'm going to walk what feels like too late.
Watch. I will mark both locations.
And hopefully that is the right amount.
Appears that you have no fast map. You should be able to obtain one from the greeter on the center balcony.
And...
For your safety, please stay clear of the doors.
attempt number 2, let's go. Still too early.
Hi, please take this milk.
Freddy in the background of that cutscene was pretty good though, but still too early. He should basically jump scare me when I'm still in the tipping out of Freddy animation. That's when the correct time is. We're going to be taking this elevator a lot, I feel. Take 3. Out of curiosity, does being in Freddy somehow make this deload more deloady? I don't think it does, but just in case. No. Just worth checking. This will take a while. I got this accidentally before. So it's not that hard. There's another glitch that works very similarly later.
Gregory,
So I really hope I get good at this.
is located.
You don't have to reload save. Mapbot never goes away if you don't take the map.
There's also a
So you can just go up and down the elevator over and over. Wait, does he jump scare you every single time?
I will mark both locations on your fast map.
So if you leave his sphere of influence or her sphere of influence, they jump scare you again?
Center balcony.
What? They do?
For your safety, please stay clear of the door.
He really does like to scare you, huh? Alright, let's try again! There we go.
Hi, please take this map.
Oh, God!
Hi, please take.
Good God!
Take a map.
He went for the double! He went for the double! But it worked! We're in the forbidden out-of-bounds garden. I've never seen him do it twice before. Well, that's a win for us. We are wedged in this grass, though. We are kind of stuck here. Oh my god, I've just called Freddy. And I can hear his feet. Where the heck would Freddy even... How would Freddy even get here? Imagine seeing Freddy running across this void. Freddy? Freddy? Here, boy. I don't think he's gonna get to us. Now, I think something happens if you crouch. But I can't remember. This is a soft lock. Let me just really quickly give me my win on the bingo card. So let's add that to the bingo. Where is it? Map bot wrong warp. There it is. Beautiful. Hang on a second. If I followed all of Wymie's advice, could I use the map bot wrong warp to get me back into Daycare? Is that how I get past the elevator? Do I string together like 8 different glitches to get back on the right side of that elevator into the lobby? Something to think about. But anyway, good. We are very close to a bingo already. We are stacking glitches. Here's the thing. It's kind of weird to test if a glitch is still in the game when it requires 5 glitches to even see that glitch, rather than it being something that just occurs in normal play. But I've got to test Giga Moon. We've got to know. Okay, what happens if I crouch? Oh, nothing? Maybe I misremembered. For some reason I thought something happened if you crouch. I was going to say, what cameras could possibly be where I currently am? The answer is none. The answer is non-cameras. And non-map. Is there any way for me to get out of this situation? Jump? Oh, wait, when I jump, do I slightly move? Oh! Oh! Can I escape? By mashing jump? Is this... Am I surrounded by like a blue box? Oh! What? Oh my god. We're out. We can finally take in the full majesty of the Pizzaplex Out of Bounds. And this weird out-of-bounds plant pot. Maybe they intended you to hide in these kind of decorative plants in an early stage of development. So this is flagged as a hiding spot. Maybe that's why. That's why Mapbot throws you here. Because normally he throws you to a hiding spot when this glitch happens. Jump off? I mean, I guess we've got no choice but to jump off, don't we? Well, here you go, chat. This is the most patched version of Security Breach after 3 years. Everything is going fine. Now, let's jump off. Brrr, what a terrible dream. Anyway, let's go back to Fredo. Although, actually, I don't need to go back to Fredo, do I? Because I want to just quickly look at the footage that Wymie has sent me. I'm going to go to a Be Right Back screen first. And I will be back with you in just a second, chat, while I review the footage I've been sent. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. So, I have reviewed the footage, and it would seem that there is a way to get things set up to test Giga Moon. Now, I have made the executive decision that rather than progressing the testing any further, we will now just try and make this run to test to see if Giga Moon still works, and also to kind of explore what is actually happening when the Giga Moon situation happens. Because as I was saying earlier, I've only ever done it once, and it was when I was really trying to not get glitches. So I kind of tried to ignore it and tried to get it to stop as fast as possible. And I didn't really explore the situation. So if it is still in the game, I really want to get a feel for what it actually is. So I think it could be fun to try. So the rest of the stream is going to be trying to get Giga Moon to work. And that is on the bingo card. So if we can get it to work, then that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, okay. So there's an order of events that I'm trying to formulate in my head that is quite complicated, that I need to keep track of.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment.
Are we doing Giga Monty? Yes, so every single glitch in this challenge, in this kind of informative test, is a glitch that I have experienced myself. I have experienced a Giga Monty, but I haven't experienced the Giga Monty everyone knows and loves. So I made an exception that I will test the Spotlight Giga Monty. Even though it's normally an Astral Spiff thing. I just know everyone's gonna ask unless I test it. So I've added it to the list.
Time already. I am experiencing a malfunction. The recharge cycle is not complete.
Shh! Will you shut up?
Who said that?
I did. And down here.
Alright, while Freddy's talking,
Still do not see you.
Okay, listen.
I've turned him way down. You probably cannot hear him at all. I'm going to try and import the video for the glitch. Wow, wasn't that difficult? So difficult. So we will review this footage soon.
My stomach hatch. That place is reserved for oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. It's not a safe play area.
Yes, speedrunners play on Fulbright mode, where the game looks like it's made of clay. Be careful though, because soft locking is very easy until you reach the atrium. I've got bad news for you, Wymie. I do not have the skills necessary to be careful, but I will try my very hardest.
I'm Gregory.
Gregory. I will notify the main office.
Why don't you stream on YouTube, Backseat? I find that...
It's her. She cut you off.
Okay, I'll wait for Freddy to stop talking, and I will talk when I'm walking without people talking.
Who is looking for you? Your mother?
I hear footsteps.
That is the
Just so that it's a little bit easier
she can help.
for me to focus, because I've got people talking in my ears. It does make it quite hard to talk when someone's talking in your ears.
Isn't there some other way for you to communicate with me besides talking so loudly?
Take this. It is a novelty Freddy Fazbear.
Your hand? Your hand is a novelty Freddy Fazwatch?
What was that?
I am sending you an encoded message. Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort.
Let's try and do this as fast as possible.
However, I am unable to leave this room. You should have no problem. There is a button on the wall that will open.
Freddy is a yapper, for sure.
I will make it accessible to you now.
Sorry, I'm cooking again. There might be a way easier way to do this. That is not speedrun legal, or at least in most categories, but is way easier for our purposes. Anyway,
Well done,
let's go.
Gregory. There is an open air vent inside the maintenance room. You will have to climb through the ventilation.
What are you doing? Well, we are testing if many of the iconic and funny glitches throughout Security Breach have been patched. I think it is fair to say that the game is probably about as patched as it's going to be. It's been nearly 3 years. So I don't think there's going to be any further patches for anything big. So I think what better time than now than to look back at the complete and perfectly patched Security Breach to see how much has been patched and how much is still broken. Did they fix it? That is what we're discovering today. Right now, right at this very moment, we are just testing to see if a glitch that I got on my backwards speedrun, which was a very strange glitch with very big implications. I just want to see if that is still in the game, because it is on my list. Now, because the game has been patched, in some ways, it's a little bit more tricky to get than it was when I got it the first time. But the game is not patched enough that it's impossible. So we are going to try and get Giga Moon, which, if you're not familiar, Giga Moon is achieved by using up the cutscene that normally plays when you exit Daycare, activating it and using it up before you even go into Daycare. And then when you complete the Daycare section, you start a chase where Moon tries to kill you. If you've already used up the cutscene that stops that chase, then Moon will chase you forever. He will just never stop chasing you. Even if you die and reload your checkpoint, he will kill you immediately. And something I discovered when I was doing my backwards speed run is that even if you just load a new save, even if you start a new game, the music that plays when Moon is chasing you is still playing in the new game. Which makes me think Moon is still trying to kill you in the new game as well. However, because I really didn't want that to happen, because I was trying to do a speed run, I tried to get rid of Giga Moon as much as I could. So we never actually got a confirmed sighting of Moon in the new game. We could only hear his music. So, my goal is to actually experiment with Giga Moon and see what the limits of his capabilities truly are. Because if we can get killed by Moon in a new game, then that means the legends were true. And Giga Moon really can chase you through save files. God, I hope it's true. That's what I assumed because of the music. But I really hope it's true.
Well, you totally blew it tonight, you know. Your system crashed and you ruined the show. Now, parts and services have you on reduced power.
I would say the bug isn't Giga Moon, though. The bug is that you play it backwards. No. Because the bug ended up not really having anything to do with playing the game backwards. The bug was just that there is a Moon that can chase you through time and space. That is the really important thing here.
Now, go back to your room.
We just want to test if Moon does actually have the capabilities to chase you through save files and chase you through checkpoint resets. That's what I'm interested in. So we're going to do the first part of the glitch, which is the bit I know how to do. Which is getting out of bounds here. Very nice. Easiest glitch of my life. Ignore that, Freddy. Ignore that. That one doesn't count. That was a practice. You saw nothing, chat. Third time's the charm. I just kind of don't want to jump on the pipes because I remembered slipping through the pipes, but I guess you can slip through the air as well. No! Hey, buddy. Hi. I kind of don't want to fall out of bounds because I don't know where it's going to take me. Although it doesn't look like me falling out of bounds is on the cards anyway, it looks like I am soft-locked. Freddy, can you lend me a hand, buddy? Freddy? Please? I've got myself a little bit stuck. You please lend me a hand? Yep, that is a softy locky, and Freddy seems to not care in the slightest. Oh god. Back to the main menu. Painful. Painful. Maybe I should have saved the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only...
Freddy Fazbear! Yeah, you know what? Let's do the dialogue skip. Let's do the dialogue skip. Let's make our life just a tiny bit easier. Yeah, Master 4, Voice 0. That is so weird that it works on that exact configuration. It's almost bordering on a cheat code at that point. Come on, thread the needle. Exactly 4. There we go. Whoops. Very nice. Good stuff. You can't save between the first save station and the atrium, sadly, says Wymie with 50 bits. Yep, well, I definitely should have saved at the first one then. Wow, it's quiet. Who would have thought that the master volume being at 4 would make it so quiet? It's almost like the subtitle glitch from Indigo Park. Yeah, that was funny. That in the pre-release version, the subtitles wouldn't play, and then on the very end of the conversation, they would go and just all flash by. Wild. Caramel Flynn, cheers 100 bits to say, need to head to work now, but have a good rest of the stream. I hope you get Giga Moon and he's just as terrible as we remember. God, I hope so. That backwards stream, oh yeah, I need to take that. That backwards stream was really interesting, because basically I accidentally discovered Giga Moon chasing us through time and space. This is the series of events. I was testing the beginning of the game, and I accidentally got Giga Moon. This was before I started streaming, but I never closed the game. So I was testing stuff before the stream, and then I got Giga Moon, and I was like, well, that's bad news. Oh well, let's just do the run on stream. And so then I started doing the run, not realizing that I had activated a Giga Moon and was leaving him active in my game. So my very first run, or my very first couple of runs on stream for the backwards challenge, had the Giga Moon issue, and it was very confusing for people in the stream because I was freaking out that Moon was trying to kill me through time and space, and no one had any of the context. No one had any of the setup. I put the full context in the video, but on stream it was quite confusing. There's a little bit more dialogue I get to skip by having the voice volume down low, and then I'll turn it back up. It's very quiet. Sorry, chat. This is now an ASMR stream. Oh, the YouTube question. Yeah, sorry. The question about streaming on YouTube. So the reason I don't stream on YouTube is because I find that it kind of cannibalizes your views. So if I streamed on YouTube and it was like, we're testing if Security Breach is still broken, a bunch of the YouTube audience would turn up and they would be like, oh, yeah, I guess, but I don't really watch live streams or... And the live stream wouldn't get as much attention as the video would. But then when the video came out, people would be like, haven't we already seen this? Didn't he already upload this? Maybe this is a re-upload. And they would not watch it again. So it's one of those things where I find that streaming on YouTube actively hurts you if you're someone who makes videos on YouTube. I forgot to save again, didn't I? If you're going to make videos on YouTube, don't stream on YouTube, is my opinion, is my advice. If you're going to make videos on YouTube, then stream on Twitch or somewhere else. If you're going to just stream on YouTube, that's fine. No worries. But if you plan to make videos out of them, don't stream them on YouTube. Imagine if Twitch made a shorts platform. Oh, Twitch really wants a shorts platform. That's what this stories experiment they're doing is. They really want a shorts platform. YouTube live chat kind of sucks. Well, I'm not so much bothered with the YouTube live chat as much as I am bothered with, like I say, it kind of gives your YouTube audience the worst possible experience as their first impression, and then goes, hey, look, I made the experience better in a video. Do you want to watch it a second time? And they'll probably say no. So it's just actively harmful to stream on YouTube if you're planning to make YouTube videos, I think. So I don't do it. Okie dokie. We can now turn the voice volume back up. I don't think there's anything else I need to skip now. There we go. The beautiful sounds of the Pizzaplex. Finally. Nice. All right, I guess we walk on the pipes this time. All right, there we go. Better than nothing. At least we're getting the first part of the glitch. Now I will need to review the tape and see what I'm supposed to be doing next. Please fall through. Why are you not deloading game? There we go. And I should be able to get out of Freddy again. Jump? I don't need to jump. Oh, to deload? Yeah, I did need to jump to deload. Yeah. All right, now let's quickly watch the tape and see what it was that Wymie did. Okay, so this is before getting the deload, which we've already done, so let's skip ahead. Okay, so without unlocking Freddy, it would seem they're going over here. There's no sound for me either, chat, before you ask. Where is this? This is the stairs that you come down. Okay, so we go backwards. And we go up to... Where do we go back up to? the microphone. We go back up to the microphone. Oh my god. God. This is already hard to follow. This is why I was saying maybe I should do it next stream, but I feel like if I can pull this off on this stream, that would be really good. Jump on this railing, and then jump again, and there's just another set of stairs there? Is that right? Let me put this to the test, and let me also get rid of that video off screen. Let me get that video off screen. This is always my undoing, is jumping back into the game and forgetting to get rid of videos. So, we go all the way back up. All the way back up to the very, very top. There's the microphone. Wow, look how moody it is on my game. We jump on the railing, and then jump again? Oh! Well, wouldn't you know, they hid a second extra set of stairs here. Well, this is something I've never seen before. I'm surprised that this is still in the game. There's a second secret stairwell hidden at the very start of the game. Well, I'll be. Let's look at the tape again. What happens next? So we're on the secret stairwell. Okay, why me fell out of bounds. Here we go. Back again. Do a big jump. Okay, it seems like we're trying to land maybe on like a roof or something. We're still not getting it. Oh! I wonder why me did that a few times. So we turn back towards ourselves about halfway up the stairs. So around like here. And we just do a big jump, I think. And we should land out of bounds. Oh yeah, remove it. Chat. Chat, you're a saint. You're an angel. So I think we just go about here, halfway up the wow, that's cool. Halfway up the stairs, and we just jump through the wall is the vibe I'm getting. Wish me luck, chat. This is uncharted territory. Ha! God. Very uncharted territory. At least I get to try it again. I was worried that if I messed that up, I would be super dead, but no. What am I hitting? I'm like hitting my head on something. Okay, I've got to be a little bit higher up the stairs. You're watching history being made, chat. This is the first time I've done this glitch. I don't want to be here. Let me inbounds again, please. I don't want to be here. Let me inbounds again, please. I'm running out of chances to get back inbounds. Let me inbounds again, please. Please. Please? Ready! God damn it. God damn it. Well, that's a problem. So, there is a save point right next to that vent that we need to get to, and I think that is what I want to do instead. I'm going to just look through my save games real quick and try something to make this a lot easier. Let's go for 3 a.m. This is the first time catching your stream? Well, I'm sorry that you're having to watch me workshop something on camera. Is this after... This is after the endos, but before I've managed to escape, right?
Lift reset.
Okay, this isn't where I want to be. Bye-bye. So I want to be at least 5 or 4 a.m. Good to know. My job is to run out of bounds in video games. I'm editing my Sleepy FNAF 1 video right now. Hey, Freddy. I'm editing my Sleepy FNAF 1 video right now, and someone just says, "Why are you doing this?" And it's like, I'm sorry to inform you, but this is my job, is to do stupid stuff. Yeah, what are you looking for? So why me? Instead of walking all the way out of bounds to get to the atrium, I'm just going to save at the save point right next to the vent, and then I will just fall out of bounds and pop in at that save point. So that I do not need to do all the out of bounds traversal. I can just jump straight to the vent, and then I can do the map bot thing. So I don't need to do the out of bounds traversal.
Yes, it's true. Based on a double-blind study from a leading Fazbear publication.
You see that? The speedrunner says I'm clever.
Those questioned would choose pizza over any other food group, even people with wheat and dairy allergies. This has been
Pretty good. Feels good. I can't wait for the YouTube vid of Sleepy FNAF. Yes, it's going to be pretty good. I've got some graphics planned to illustrate what happens in the movie without having to show the movie and breaking copyright law. So that should be pretty fun. Your speedrun is now invalid? Yeah, that's why I said I think I've got a method that isn't speedrun legal, but will work. Yeah, here we go. So if I save here, and then I reload this save, now, there should be a really quick way to do this. That's my hope. But I do need to reload that save I've just made. Where is it? Where are we at? We're at 9:04 on the 14th of Sept. There it is. Why do you have 50 games? This is just, you know, practicing challenge runs, practicing speed runs, making backup saves for like everything over the course of 3 years. This has just happened. This has just happened.
Ladies and
Boys and
gentlemen,
girls.
Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put...
Oh, the voice volume. I thought the limit was 5. Maybe the limit is 5 on consoles or something. On PC, at least it is 50. What are we doing here? So we are currently... No, was there an update? No, there wasn't an update. This is a goodbye to security breach. This is a... In the 3 years that they've had to patch the game. Have they? This is the last video I will probably... Or at least the last stream series I will do on security breach. Unless I have a really good idea, but I don't expect I will. I'm pretty happy with all my ideas already. So this is the finale of Security Breach. Basically, Security Breach was a glitchy game when it came out. But has it been redeemed? Has it fixed its glitches? And we're going to have clips of all the glitches I found as we encounter them. And then we'll get to see if they've been fixed. So it's going to be a trip down memory lane. We're going to have all the best glitches from all the videos combined with me seeing if they've been fixed in current patch. So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a really good video. I'm excited for it. That's why I wanted to make it. It's a goodbye party for security breach. Indeed. Now, I do not want to save the game because we want to... Basically, the way this game works is that when you fall out of bounds, it needs to figure out where it wants to respawn you. So it respawns you from the last checkpoint that you loaded from. So if you die and reloaded a checkpoint, that counts. If you load a checkpoint from the main menu, that counts. That is how they decide where to respawn you if you fall out of bounds. However, if you load a save, so that is loading, right? You load a save anywhere in the game, and then you start a new game and never need to load anything. When you fall out of bounds in the new game, it still has the data for the checkpoint in the other save game. So it goes, where should I respawn him? Oh, I guess I'll respawn him over here from the other save game. That is just how the game works, and it is still like that in current patch, we have discovered. So we're using that to get full control of Freddy. Actually, we don't even need to get control of Freddy, do we? We can just fall out of bounds and get everything right away. I don't even need to do the first part of the glitch. I can just skip right to getting Freddy. You still need to talk to the... Yeah, no. I'll still do that. I'll still do the first aid thing. But I don't need to deload the thing by standing on the ceiling, is what I mean. Because I'll jump straight to the vent that will give me full control of Freddy. By going out of bounds, I will now load at the checkpoint from before, from the other save game, and that is right next to a vent that gives us Freddy, and gives us Freddy with all of his abilities. So I will basically jump from the start of the game to a point in the game where I have the full Fred, and then I can use the full Fred to hopefully lure Giga out from his hiding spot. Try Evil Freddy. No. So I'm not going to try Evil Freddy or any of the other mods. Basically, there's kind of a thing I feel is that kind of creativity and weird original ideas are part of what I think makes my videos worth watching at all. Like, I don't think my videos would be very good if I just did other people's ideas. Like, the fact that they're strange is why people watch them, I think. So I wouldn't want to do a video just of what someone else did. So I wouldn't do Evil Freddy, I wouldn't do no jumping or anything like that. Those are like other people's things. I let them have that because they came up with it, right? So I don't do it myself. Right, we do not need the volume down anymore, so let's do that back up. And I don't begrudge anyone who wants to do ideas that other people have done. I just think that my videos would lose appeal if I did that, so I don't. Okay, so now we fall out of bounds. Now we fall out of bounds, and we should be teleported to the vent that gives us Freddy. Whee! Bye-bye, Fred. I'll see you soon! And here we are.
I must warn you, when you enter an area where you do not have a locator map signal, I will be unable to reach your location.
Oh, that's very sad, Freddy.
You can update your minimap at a security
I'm very sad to hear that, Freddy.
Be safe.
But what if I just summoned you right now? Where even is he? Freddy? I hope the glitch worked, Freddy. Where are you? Freddy? Oh! There he is! And it's that easy. Freddy, my boy! I'm right here, boy. I'm right here. Let's save the game. Let's save the game now that we've got Freddy, shall we? Yes. Good to know. Good to know you're on my side. Now, the second part of this glitch, as described by Wimey. The pole is the new Gregory? Oh my god. He's chosen his parent. He's chosen his preferred parent. And it is Pole. So, according to Wimey, you can deload the map by getting MapBot to jump scare you in this exact way. Hugging the wall by the Chica poster and then walking to the left. Oh my god.
Please take this map.
It works. Unbelievable. Well, that's another one I have never seen before. Well done, Security Breach. You continue to surprise me. Very good stuff. Apparently, we do need to activate 12, though. We do need to make sure that the door's shut. Otherwise, maybe scary things will happen. So let's quickly get this to shut. Okay, Gregory could just leave. But I guess we've got to get these to close. Gregory doesn't want to leave. Who's he kidding? God, how far do we need to go for these to start closing? God, there we go. Oh no, I can't leave.
Now what am I supposed to do?
Oh, what? I could have done nothing about this.
Still here. Now what am I supposed
He's just saying it twice.
How unfortunate, Gregory. You missed your chance. But there is still hope. You should be able to escape when the security doors reopen at 6 a.m. Until then, keep moving.
Oh, there we go.
Try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is another way out, I will help you find
New
it.
ending. Gregory decides to stay. Well, he can't leave his best friend Fred.
This door needs
Dang
a
it.
daycare pass.
I forgot about the daycare pass. Wait, why can't I call Freddy? I thought I had the ability to call Freddy. Why can't I call Freddy? Why can't I call Freddy? I thought I unlocked the ability to call Freddy. Shh, that's not good. Because you triggered 12. Okay. You can't call him if you triggered 12. Okay, well, I did save before I did. Maybe you went too close to the red doors. So, Wimey, as you're experienced in this, is it because of 12 or is it something else? Have you managed to get it to work when 12 is triggered? What if I'm still... What if I'm... Wait, it checkpoints you here? Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I guess I gotta load my manual save. Let me find this. I think it's because of the daycare door. You think the daycare door being closed is why? You think once it's opened, he'll come back? You think my boy Freddy will return from the war? It's because I went too close to the daycare door. Well, let's just test it out. I'm going to do that deload again. Did these bots despawn before? That's strange. Hey, buddy. Okay. Now that I've gotten inside Freddy, hopefully the game now fully acknowledges that I have my boy Freddo. Oh wait, is this the 4 a.m. save? Is this the 4 a.m. save? Or is this the not 4 a.m. save? I think this might be the 4 a.m. save, right? And that's why there's so many bots? Yeah, okay, I've loaded the wrong one. Yeah, that's right. That's right, that makes sense. It didn't save over my game. It wouldn't have saved over my game. It's this. No, not this one. Surely, it wouldn't have saved over my perfect playthrough. There. There we go. There we go. So, I guess this is really complicated, by the way, chat. If you've only just joined, I imagine you'll be quite lost. This is really complicated. We're trying to get a pretty complicated glitch to happen. And it requires a lot of trickery to get the circumstances set up correctly. Look at that, he still has 2 bars. He doesn't even have low battery written on his screen. This is lovely. So it is a little bit incomprehensible, I'm sorry. I'll re-explain it when we've actually got it done. So I hug the wall, and then I walk sideways. Nice.
Hi, please take this map.
Then I run down here. And I should be able to call Freddy here as well. If all goes well. He sounds like he's in this wall. Freddy, where in the world are you? God. I think he's still in the atrium. There he is. Yes, at least I can call him now. I guess I will stay inside Freddy when I activate the 12 a.m. and hope that this means it can't take Freddy away from me. Could just leave, Greg. Could just leave. At what point do they start closing? I don't want to go further back than I need. There we go. Very nice.
No, no! Wait, I'm still here! Now what am I supposed to do?
How unfortunate. I really thought that Giga Moon would be impossible to do, and the fact that there's even a chance has me so excited.
Until then, keep moving and try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is another way out, I will help you find it. I promise.
Get the entry pass? I need to get the entry pass, really? Okay, thank you, Wymie. I thought I'd be able to skip that. I cannot believe that there's still ways to get Freddy out of the tutorial. Oh my god. You know what this means? There's a glitch I didn't put on my bingo card or even on the list because I thought it would be impossible to do. And that was the out-of-body Gregory in Daycare. I didn't put it on my thing because I thought it would be impossible. There were so many glitches where I was like, this is like so many layers deep, it's not even worth entertaining the thought. There's no way. But now that I know, maybe I change what the glitches are, now that I know what is still possible in this game. I really overestimated their ability to patch. I was like, let's just do all the glitches that can happen casually. Let's not do the completely wacky entertaining stuff that takes 5 glitches to get. But Anything is possible now, indeed. The doors have been opened.
Freddy, I found the
Found a free gift.
It's a crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet? Lame.
I am sorry, Gregory. I am
Truly sorry.
really sorry.
Alright, let's get that daycare pass. I got an ad because I accidentally clicked the pause button. Yeah, I've turned off ads on my streams. However, if you start a stream, it will always play an ad first unless you're subscribed. I cannot turn that off. And if you refresh the page, it will play an ad. There's just no way to avoid it. Can we do Ruin after Giga Moon? I mean, maybe I could do a have they fixed security breach Ruin video. Like, I would not be... If this is successful and it's a lot of fun, then maybe I can do it with Ruin as well. People in the Twitch chat, people in the YouTube comments, let me know. Would you like to see a test to see if they fixed Ruin as well? Oh wait, I haven't put the magnet on yet. Whoopsie. Surely they fixed Ruin. Ruin was their attention. It had their attention
Oh man.
recently.
Now it's some kind
So
of
surely that's been patched. I understand that security breach fell off their radar a little bit, maybe. But Ruin has no excuse. Very nice. Have a good meal, Chica. I'll leave you to it. We're going to daycare. I guess I will save the game before I activate Giga Moon. Because I'm scared. Don't go into daycare with Freddy. Yeah, but we need to activate Giga Moon. That's why we're doing all of this, which means we do need to go into daycare with Freddy. That's the point. Nintendo, you know what? I did say I would play Ruin on the Switch. Your trigger 1 AM? Why is that a bad thing? That's fine. This isn't, this is fine. I don't think you understand why we're doing what we're doing, Wymie. We want to do this. Here we go. Okay, so we've used up, by walking into that trigger, we have used up the cutscene. That would have deactivated the moon chase. So now we're playing with fire. Now, there is going to be a moon that gets spawned.
Fountain. A fountain is a decorative reservoir.
That has no way of being turned off.
Not the
Because we have
fountain.
just used up
You
the
didn't
way
see
to
the
turn it
dancing
off
rabbit
before
lady
it
right in
even
front of us?
existed.
No, I did not. There is no rabbit at the Mega Pizzaplex. Not anymore.
This is crazy. It's like the whole place is...
Yes, I know about Bold Sun, the Gooma god. I actually got Bold Sun
Not know.
when I was experimenting with exactly this, but like years ago.
Maybe they want to help you too.
But it wasn't on stream, it was offline, but it was in the video for the backwards
reason-
run, because I found it while researching that.
Good news. The front doors will open in 5 hours.
Good news?
Oh, it's back to 12?
I'm not gonna last 5 minutes!
Do not panic. If
Let's
we
slide
get
into fun.
separated again, you can always call me on your fast watch. As long as I have...
For now, let's just do normal Giga Moon.
able to reach you.
We do not need to get Bold Sun right now. Now, the focus of this stream is Giga Moon, and then we'll wrap up. Maybe we can do Bold Sun tomorrow, or another time we stream. Okay, Freddy, I'm gonna slide into fun, okay? You wait here. I'll see you in a bit. Good dog. Exactly, good dog.
New friends, you're sure late. Are we having a slumber party? Where are all your friends? We can
Okay, you have fun with those. I've got a sequence to get through. I guess I'll save? I guess? We've got so many glitches we can do now that we can get Freddy down here. But for right now, no. Welcome to the Jelly channel, as well as Marek, Blues, and everyone else from the raid. How was your stream and what were you playing? The Jelly channel sends their regards, holding out a gun. Welcome. You're very welcome. Is that Moon? Is there a moon up there as well? What is that peeking over the barrier? See that? Never noticed that before.
Gregory, I do not know what you did, but the lights are out in the daycare. You need to find the emergency backup generators and turn them on.
It's Moun.
Relay structures.
So, to the people from Jelly Channel, this is a game that I have been famous for breaking quite a lot. Oh god, sorry. An actual legitimate jump scare in Security Breach. And but the game has been out for 3 years at this point. 3 whole years. And has received numerous patches. So we are testing how much of the game has been patched. How much of the game has been fixed. I have a list of 50 different glitches that I have discovered while playing this game. And we are basically going through a checklist and trying to get every single one of them. Currently, we are knee-deep in trying to get an incredibly specific glitch, which requires a lot of setup. So we are like an hour or maybe 45 minutes into the setup for a very complicated glitch. It will basically turn this Moon character, who is currently chasing us, into an unstoppable killing machine that can chase us through time and space, as well as through different save games. If it works. Wait! Moon? Are you here? I swear I can hear his noises. Nano Moon? Are you here? He is! Where is he? I need to find the loudest point. I think he's on the bridge, you know. Nano Moon, are you still here? I've no idea where he is. I think he's maybe down here. I can 100% hear moon noise. So Nano Moon isn't fixed, after all. Scrub it from the records. Nano Moon is not fixed. The tiniest moon. Turn main volume up. Yeah, let me turn down the music. I wonder if the music will turn down the Daycare music, or whether it will not. I guess we'll find out. It does. There you go. There's a moon. I can definitely still hear the moon's noises. Nano Moon confirmed, unpatched. That means we got to update the bingo card. At least we found one moon in this attempt. Here comes the bingo card, and where's Nano Moon? Where are you? There you are. Nano Moon, confirmed, unpatched, Nanomoon has been achieved. Now, let's go for the Giga. Giga Moon, I'm coming for ya. Oh, I should have saved. Oh, I should have saved. Remove the bingo card. I should have saved and I should have removed the bingo card. What is my play? What is my play here? Yep, Chica's having a bad time.
Go upstairs. And do not worry. They cannot find you while we are together.
So, now the moon is chasing us.
Out of time. We need
And the moon is going to try and kill us. There he is.
power is diverted to the recharge station.
The only way to deactivate this moon chase here
And when that
is to walk through the cutscene that we have already used.
it will find
So now when we leave, nothing happens. And the moon chase continues. Now, in my experience, I tried to get as far away as I possibly could. Like, say, over here, for example. But in my game, this door was... Are you out here? Oh, God! Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's having a good time. Has he despawned? Can you please despawn Moon? Okay, good. Now, okay, so I guess... Oh, God. So I guess a reason why this was particularly bad on my backwards playthrough is that I came here without the ability to exit that door. I didn't have the ability to exit this door because I didn't have the daycare pass. So what that meant was that I was stuck in this lobby and I would die. However, I think I might be able to just escape normally right now. I think. I'm gonna just exit Freddy and see if the game does what it did before, which was respawn me out here. Wait, I can't exit Freddy? Okay, there we go. Weird. Yeah, he's not killing me when I'm outside Freddy. This is very different. Something has changed about Giga Moon. His behavior has changed. He didn't work like this before. I don't know what I'm dealing with anymore. This is uncharted territory. No! Jesus Christ. Yes, let's retry. This is uncharted territory. We'll see. I mean, maybe he's been patched. Maybe somehow they went 10 layers deep and patched him. I think they did. I think they did. I think they patched him. I think somehow they went 5 layers deep in the code and patched Giga Moon. Like, even though you need like 5 different glitches to get to him, they somehow patched him. I think that's what's happened. I'm gonna try again, and we'll see. We're gonna try again. That's at least something. I mean, we took away Nanomoon from the devs. We removed their patching of Nanomoon. Maybe they've gained it back with this one. With no save, he can't exist? Yeah, maybe I'll save. I'll definitely do that. I will save the game after and see if that fixes it. What am I doing? How am I so lost? I came from this direction.
It's past your bedtime.
Gosh, me not playing this for a while is really showing, isn't it? I've turned Sporfredo into an emote. Yeah, I had a lot of animated emotes and nothing to do with them. So I just made Sporfredo do a little dance and made that an emote. Oh, there he is. Whoa, okay, I didn't know he could scale that. Whoa, God, he's quite fast. I might actually have to escape. I might actually have to run away from him. God, I can't believe I'm being cooked by Moon. Of all the animatronics, I can't believe Moon has my number. Okay, I see the yellow one, which is the next one I need. After this. Where are you? I do like how the scary music comes and goes. However, this music, this exact music that is playing now, is the music that played when Moon chased me through save games. So at the very least I can confirm that that is what was happening. Because this is the exact same music. Alright, very nice. Oh yeah. Here's a super clear Nano Moon. He's right here. Nano Moon is definitely not patched. I don't know what happened the first time, but he is absolutely not patched. At least the bingo card isn't on screen this time. Alright, into Fredo. Whee! Let's go.
Do not worry. They cannot find you while we are together.
I'm just going to try and get as far as I can and see if Moon kills me. See if there's any way to deactivate this Moon.
Every hour the power is diverted to the recharge.
And if I can just run away from this Moon,
And when that happens, the
then I think he's been patched.
It will find you.
If I can just get in the elevator and leave, then I think we're fine. I think it's patched. I mean, I can I save the game? Oh, I can't save the... Oh, I can? What happens if I save the game like this? Nothing good. Nothing good, probably. But for some reason, the save started working again. I don't know why. The saves are not meant to work in these sections. Let's go visit the atrium. Ready? It might be patched, however, it would mean that this user interface is on screen for the rest of time. But it may be patched. Hydrate Skellington, thank you very much, Athen, for the hydration. And thank you, Treeman and Fishy Fish Fisher, the hydration reminder as well. Can Moon get me if I get yeeted across the map?
Hi, please take this map. Take a map.
Oh! Oh no! Look at Mapbot! Look at Mapbot! Can Moon get me up here? Am I safe from Moon as long as I'm up here? This is another glitch on my list that I really thought would never happen. Oh, he can! I really thought that this glitch was impossible to get. Because I had no idea how I caused it the first time. And honestly, I still have no idea what caused it now. But Gregory Ascending is ticked off. It's not on my bingo card, sadly, but it is on the list of glitches. The list of 50 glitches. So instead of retrying, I'm going to quit and start a new game. Actually, you know what? Let's just continue and see what happens. Because we did save during a moon chase, which we're not supposed to be able to. But then we will load a new save and see if he chases us. Wait, Moon is just gone. Oh my god. He is so patched. They murdered my boy. They murdered him. He is so patched. Like, you can just reload the save and it stops him chasing you. They have patched the heck out of... I guess they saved up all their patching energy. They saved it all up. They didn't fix the softlocks. They didn't fix anything else. They laser focused on this Moon. And they blasted him from orbit. The most patched thing in Security Breach. Congratulations. Check if Sun is blocking the entrance. I guess because we never finished the sequence. That is a good question. No, he is. Interesting. Well, there you go. One thing patched. Let me go over the list and see what we've got so far. So far, unpatched, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on a minute. No, I need to redo this again. 1 second. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 things unpatched and 2 things patched. So it's not looking great so far. Let's check the bingo card. Yep, it looks like Giga Moon is gonna remain unpatched. Sorry, it's gonna remain patched, so I don't think we can get that. I think there's no way I can recreate this circumstance. I mean, I guess let's just... Oh, I quit the game. God, well that's ruined it, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, so I think Giga Moon is dead. I think they saved all their energy for that. There it is. I quit the game by accident, but we may as well leave it there. Hello, it's Backseat from the Edit again. While I hope you enjoyed that stream, it is not the end of the journey, since there's at least one more video you can watch to get the full story. It'll play right after this in the playlist, or I'll just put it on screen right now, whichever one's easier for you. I guess I'll see you there. Bye-bye.